Welcome back. It is exactly 9:39 a.m. This is News and Views right here on Salam Media. My name is Julie Ali, and I will be keeping you company right up until 10 o'clock. We cross over now to the other part of the world. I think that our next guest is based in India. Her name is Afreen Fatima, and she is here to talk to us about a rather dark and dirty tricks campaign that is targeting Muslim women in India. An auction application has been developed over the last while, and Muslim women, very especially activists, social activists, women in public figures, and journalists have been targeted, and they have been put on sale on the web, and they have been put up for auction. Really a very dirty trick that is being played by Hindu men in India against vulnerable Muslim women. Let's talk to Afreen Fatima. She's a post-grad in linguistics and a student leader, and she is in fact based in India, and she's going to unpack more of this heinous situation with us. Afreen Fatima, Assalamu alaikum, welcome to the program.
Assalam. Thank you very much.
Nice to have you on the show. How long has this practice been carrying on for?
I'm sorry?
How long has this been going on for? We do know that it is not an actual auction of these women, but it is these troublemakers that are trying to destroy women's reputations and just creating distress and mayhem in the lives of prominent Muslim women in India.
Yes. So this is not the first time that such a thing has happened where Muslim women have been auctioned and put on sale online. Earlier in July 2021, a similar website came out, which was named as Sulli Deals. Sulli, which is a derogatory word which is used for Muslim women in India, was used, and our Twitter profiles and our pictures from our social media profiles were taken and uploaded on this app. So what happens is that you go on the website, you click on find your deal of the day, and a Muslim woman's picture comes up, and her Twitter profile link is also attached with that picture. So you can directly reach that woman. You can know who that person is. You can go through their social media handles, and you can directly attack them or humiliate them online. So this has been happening. This is the second time that a website of this sort has been created. And it's infuriating, and it makes us very angry. But the thing is that with the Hindu nationalism that is on the rise in India as of now, the majoritarian government does not really care that Muslim women were sold online in July last year and again this time. And this is a very problematic thing to have happened. This is nothing less than a hate crime to have happened.
Absolutely. I understand that Shabana Azmi, the very famous Bollywood actress, was also targeted in these hate crimes, and a few other very prominent Muslim women in India. What are the authorities doing about it? What about the Muslim community and the individual women that have been targeted? Are they able to get some form of legal recourse against these perpetrators?
Right. So all of the women whose profiles have been misused without their consent are vocal, unapologetic Muslim women who are not afraid and shy to question the state. In terms of legal recourse, we last time around also and this time around also, we have filed complaints. We have gone to the police again and again, but there has been no response from the police's side. Last time around, our complaints were transferred from one police station to the other police station, and there was no response from the police. This time around, there is a little political pressure from the opposition, and there have been 3 arrests that have been made as of now. But from the way things are in India, the way hate crimes are increasing every day, the way Muslim minorities are being targeted, we are being lynched, we are being named in false charges, arrested, made into political prisoners. The way things are, these Hindu nationalist men, they enjoy impunity from the state. They know that they can do anything under the sun against the Muslim community and they can get away with it. They enjoy a majoritarian support. And that is why the situation is in some sense very hopeless to say that we kind of know that after this whole incident goes out from public light, things will go back to how they were and the police will stop inquiring and everything will be put on hold and nothing will really happen, just like last time.
So clearly, I think that the Muslim women that have been targeted or are being harassed and defamed in this manner would need some form of international pressure and protection. I'm thinking of organizations like maybe Amnesty International or CAGE or some such institutions. Do you believe that you could reach out to them to ask for some form of support and protection?
Right. So what is happening here is that we are reaching out to international organizations, we are reaching out to the international media to keep covering on what is happening with Muslims in India. And but the thing is that what happens in India in some ways stays within the boundaries, within this nationalist imaginary lines. And a lot of times what the government, this majoritarian government does is that there have been instances when our internet has been taken away, when there is a clamp down, there's a complete total connectivity lockdown. And what happens then is that no news really goes out. The biggest example of that is Kashmir. The way Kashmir has been locked down and they have very little access to internet, only 2G services are available there right now. So we are trying to get in touch with as many rights organizations outside of India, reach out to the international community, to the people of the world, keep a close eye on what is happening in India, because I'm not exaggerating this and I cannot stress it enough that India is in the Muslim community is staring at a genocide to follow in India.
Okay, Afreen Fatima, please can you stand by? We need to take an ad break. We will continue this discussion right after.
What makes Randery Jewellers the optimum place for your memorable gift? Is it our range of exclusive, high-end, luxurious jewellery? Or is it our master craftsmanship of all your bespoke jewellery needs? We believe it's because at Randery Jewellers, we know just how to make your special moments last forever. Whether it's for a wedding, anniversary, or just a simple gift to show your love, trust Randery Jewellers to make it special. www.randeryjewellers.com. Make your moments last forever with Randery Jewellers, the family name you can trust.
Kids these days are smart, and when you're competing for their attention against their smartphones, you need to make smart choices, like using Sunfoil triple refined pure sunflower oil in every meal you make. It's naturally cholesterol-free and approved by the Heart and Stroke Foundation as part of a balanced eating plan. So whether you're cooking, frying, or baking, you get the great tasting results that'll get their attention faster than the latest app. And if that doesn't work, change the Wi-Fi password. Sunfoil. Now we're cooking.
Little bare feet on the icy wet ground, a shiver at his lips, mud on his clothes. When he is cold, the hunger is worse, the nights are longer, and the pain is more severe. What if this was your child? The Al Imdad Foundation's Global Winter Appeal allows you to make a difference for refugees IDPs, and struggling communities in 21 countries globally. Sponsor a winter pack today for just 600 Rand. Donate online at alimdad.com or call 0861 786 243.
Listen to something fresh. Listen to Salam Media.
It is exactly 9:50 a.m. News and views on Salam Media with me, Julie Ali. My guest is a postgrad in linguistics and a student leader, Afreen Fatima. She lives in India and is talking about the hate crimes against Muslims and Muslim women in general in India, and this by Indian nationalists. Now, Afreen Fatima, everything you tell me sounds very much like the focus has moved from the Dalits or the untouchables in India to the Muslim community. How long has this uprising started against the Muslims? Because I'm thinking my last visit to India over 20 years ago, things were pretty okay then. You know, Muslims and Hindus lived in relative peace in India.
Right. So, to be very honest, that the Indian state has, since its inception, been Islamophobic. But with change of powers after Congress, the BJP, which is a Hindu nationalist supremacist political party, with BJP coming into the power with Narendra Modi, who has presided over a pogrom in 2002 in Gujarat, being elected to power, things have changed drastically. There is a rise in hate crimes. There is not a single day when we do not hear news about a Muslim man being lynched, someone being murdered, someone being arrested simply because they're Muslims. And this is on the rise. At the same time, there are organizational and systemic and deliberate calls for genocide against Muslims. Recently, there has been a huge meeting which was called a Dharma Sansad, Dharma meaning religion, and Sansad is parliament, which was a religious parliament organized call meeting where open calls to kill Muslims were given, and this rise is simply because of the nationalist demand of making India a Hindu Rashtra, which means that India is only for the Hindu community, and Muslims and Christians are the other. They are enemies. They are foreigners to the Indian culture, to the Indian tradition, and according to these nationalists, we do not deserve citizenship rights. In 2019, there was a controversial Citizenship Amendment Act also that was brought out by this nationalist government, which wanted to take away citizenship rights from the Muslim community. And this is on the rise, and this is increasing day by day. We're seeing, and I would really like to point out that these attacks, say for example, the lynchings that happen, or the religious parliaments that are organized, or the this creation of websites and apps like these are not isolated incidents. These are not done by fringe Hindu men. This is very much a vast majority from the Hindu community that votes for the supremacist and Nazi-inspired BJP, and they support the idea that Muslims do not belong in India, that we are second-class citizens and we do not deserve citizenship rights, and that it's absolutely okay to humiliate us, to dehumanize us, to marginalize us, and the state is complicit in all of this.
Okay, regarding the Dalits, are they still also, and I know we're talking about the possible Muslim genocide by the Indian BJP party, Modi's government. What's happening with the Dalit situation, the untouchables? They were, for hundreds of years, they were really marginalized totally. Now, because there is so much a focus on the Muslim community in India, have they been kind of spared all of the misery, all of the abuse, etc.?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. So the Dalits are still treated as untouchables unofficially. They still face marginalization. They still face humiliation just because of their caste identity. And but the BJP and the RSS, its ideologue, the Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangh, they have very cunningly and very slyly brought the Dalits into the Hindu fold. That they have sought for a Hindu unity where all the castes, the Brahmins and the Dalits can unite against one common enemy, that is the Muslim community, and the Christian community would follow. So we are seeing rising attacks. So hate crimes against Dalits, caste crimes against Dalits are also on the rise, because this Hindu nationalist project is also extremely Brahminical in its root. So there is an unsaid unity between the oppressed people in India right now. The Dalits, the Muslims, the other minorities, the Sikhs, the Christians, we're all uniting at some fronts. But at the same time, there is also this nationalist, Hindu nationalist identity in which the Dalits come into the Hindu fold and the Muslims are left to fend for themselves.
Okay, so how do the minorities in India, very especially the Muslims, because the Muslim community seems to be getting the brunt of all of the marginalization and abuse and degradation, etc. How does the Muslim community, what is it that needs to be done for you to band together to oppose what is happening to you? We spoke about international humanitarian communities and organizations to assist you and to make a noise about this, but what about the rest of Muslims all around the world? What part can they play in supporting the atrocities against Muslims in India?
At the very onset, to start with, they should keep a close eye on what is happening, and they should try to amplify our voices. They should try to give us as much as attention that is possible. To talk about what is happening inside of India, the radicalization of the Hindu masses is so much so that there has to be active de-radicalization. It's not an exaggeration when I say that this is the biggest mass radicalization that is happening in the world right now. It's worse than what happened in Germany. It's absolutely similar to the situations of Indian Muslims are similar to Jews when the Holocaust happened. And what we expect from our Muslim brothers and sisters is to pray for us, and at the same time to amplify our voices, to make noises everywhere, to tell the Indian government, to tell the Indian state that the world is watching and they cannot get away with this genocide.
Okay, let me ask you a final question here. I know at one stage, a couple of months ago, we were hearing and seeing mosques being burned down or being repossessed and turned into mandirs. We've also heard reports and rumors of Muslim properties being confiscated and being housed by local Hindus, and job losses against Muslim workers. Jobs would be taken away from Muslims and given to Hindus, or Muslims would just be kept out of the labor market totally. Is that practice still ongoing?
It is. There is a complete boycott of the Muslim community at the societal level, at the financial level, at the economical level, everywhere. There are economic boycotts of Muslim businesses. There is our mosques are attacked every now and then, and all the organs of the state have been compromised. The judiciary, in fact, verdict the Supreme Court of India, in a verdict, said that the Babri Masjid will be given to the Hindu community for a Ram Mandir to be built on it, for a temple to be built on it, which was the Babri Mosque was demolished by Hindu nationalists in 1992, and there was a long case going on. The Supreme Court noted that there was no mandir at the site of Babri, that there was no sign that the area, the land belonged to the Hindu side, but it's still, even after noting all these pointers in its verdict, they pronounced that the land will go on to the Hindu side so as to appease the Hindu community. So all the organs of the state have been compromised. There are economic boycotts. Just recently, a bangle seller was brutally beaten up in India, and Muslim vendors are not allowed to enter into Hindu neighborhoods. And these things are on the rise, and they're still happening, and they are increasing day by day.
Afreen Fatima, so sorry to hear about the sad state of affairs regarding the genocide against Muslims in India. We hope and pray by way of this interview and other media houses and communiques that the world leaders will wake up and start putting pressure on Modi and his nationalist BJP government, and that the oppression and the apartheid against the Muslims can be uplifted, and that Muslims and Hindus can finally live in peace and harmony, inshallah. Shukran for your time. Keep safe. Assalamu alaikum and go well. It is exactly 1 after 10 o'clock. A big thank you to the production team. Please follow your protocols. The COVID numbers have risen again overnight in our country. It is sitting above 11,000, a huge jump. So please take care, inshallah. Till tomorrow morning at the same time. As always, Assalamu alaikum and Khuda Hafiz from me, Julie Ali.
Breaking stereotypes, moving boundaries,